Welcome back, guys. We're getting our second map set up. It's going to be MLG Antigua Shipyard, and IdrA is now up 1-0 over NesTea. And if he wins this, he's going to the grand final here for the MLG Global Invitational.
It would be insane if NesTea opens up with a Zerg versus Zerg best of 3 loss for this tournament. That has to just shake him to the core, man. He does not lose this matchup.
He doesn't. I mean, a lot of people over there have been saying that he's really kind of fallen off as of late. I mean, we saw him lose to a less than great Zerg, I guess I could say. Someone who's not really known is probably a better way of saying that, over at the GSL online tournament, I believe it was. But he's here on the big show right now at MLG, and I mean, what do you think could really be a factor for that? Could it be the possibility that he's traveled so much? You
know, I think any time that NesTea falls down, it's because he just wants to get back up. He's got to work out those abs somehow, JP.
That's true.
I mean, the guy is just so good. And I mean, he played very, very well that game. Again, he almost broke the back of IdrA's army so many times. And you break it one time, you get those mutas one time, and the game is going to end.
All right, well, the countdown has started. MLG Antigua will be loading up. If IdrA can actually do this, I mean, we talked about how it's going to be really devastating for NesTea. For IdrA, though, I mean, this will just set the stage for his entire tournament, I feel like.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so over here, the player who is down 0-1, who has Artosis as his biggest fanboy from Team Incredible Miracle, it is going to be NesTea.
And then over here, the greatest non-Korean StarCraft 1 player of all time, the champion of the StarCraft 2 beta, a former MLG champion, a recent IM and ACES champion. Give it up for IdrA from EG.
All right, so we're here on Antigua Shipyard. You talked about how mutas would come into play on a map like Daybreak. Of course, on this version of the map, the MLG version of this map, it's cross spawns 100%.
Yes.
Do you think that this is going to really make NesTea go for mutas again?
He definitely could. It's up to him. He likes to go mutas on a lot of maps. In fact, I've seen him go mutas on this map before, and it could be that way. But I think he's going to be scared from what just happened. He's going to say, what? This map isn't as long as Daybreak, and IdrA still made that creep highway. He had a non-stop rally. He really had some great answers for NesTea's specific Mutalisk style.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's hard to say if NesTea is going to change his style up for this game, or if he's just going to go ahead and try to go muta again.
And it looks like both players will be going for that 15 hatch. So, talking about that creep highway, I mean, that's something that I don't think I've seen since Machine doing it on like Close Spawns Metalopolis or something like that back in the beta, man. It's been a long time since I've seen something like that.
Yeah, we do not see that all that often. You know, most of the time you're just going to have Roach against Roach, maybe Roach Hydra against Roach Infestor. So the creep highway kind of becomes this thing that both players can use, and then you can lose your overlords, and it just gets kind of gross. But in this specific scenario, where one player has mutas and you just need to get down there immediately and try to abuse him, then I mean that is something that we're going to have to see. That's the main reason that IdrA just won that game. If he did not have that creep highway, NesTea holds on, no doubt.
Yeah, one of the other things too from game one that I mean we talked about in really a brief moment was the fact that those players were 200-200. It felt like out of nowhere.
Yeah,
that's something I feel like that we were watching two of the best macroers right now. It's almost if Bomber was somehow playing Zerg, because that was just incredible from both those players.
Oh, it certainly was. I mean, that was I couldn't actually believe it while we were commentating to see. Oh my God, they're both max and they're about to fight. This is sudden.
Yeah. All right. So we have spawning pool finishing for both these players, and probably won't be seeing too much action here. We'll be seeing those Ling run bys just to see what their opponent is up to, but. What do you think IdrA is going to be doing this game? I mean, more of the same. We talked about how he didn't feel like, at least he said yesterday, he didn't feel like he would be going mutas because he doesn't feel like he has enough practice with it. Yeah,
you know, I think that he will stay to basic Roach strategies, whether it's Roach Hydra or Roach Infestor. He'll have to figure that out coming up. But a little tiny lead IdrA has taken. He's made just 2 Lings at first instead of 4. But oh, now IdrA going to add a few more Lings here. But that means NesTea just going to have an extra drone. Yeah, we see the Lings of IdrA actually slip by. His speed will finish first over IdrA's as NesTea does split one of the Lings off. He wants to, of course, scout. We'll see how far that gets in the main base of IdrA.
And still no tech from just either player yet, but here actually, right as I say that, the Baneling Nest going down for IdrA.
Well, a Baneling Nest, it looks like he wants to play a highly aggressive game here, JP, and that's going to be pretty cool to see. You know, that doesn't happen all the time in NesTea. Sometimes people just like to go Roach against him. So will he be ready for that? He is making a Roach Warren, and I don't think IdrA actually ended up seeing that. Yeah, in fact, he made it so that IdrA did not see that Roach Warren.
Yeah, it's right over here at the natural, and he killed it actually right before it got onto the map. You can still see the blood stain there on the creep of NesTea, but really the big thing here is how many Lings will IdrA actually produce, and where is he going to try to sneak in some of these Banelings, and will he get it in time before this Roach Warren finishes?
Oh, and the Lings do run up for IdrA. Very nice move there.
Uh-oh.
Tried it. Oh, barely doesn't get that drone. Nice defense there by NesTea, but they're going to go back.
Oh, he went back, and he got it.
There you go. Very nice moves by IdrA, and he now knows about the Roach Warren, and that's very important. If he went in with a Baneling attack against a Roach Warren, if there's a few Roaches there, those Banelings are not going to do much. They're just going to get targeted down.
Yeah, and actually, IdrA's looking like he won't make too many of these Lings, as he already has thrown down a Roach Warren. He does have Lings going cross-map, but he might just sit at this Xel'Naga tower or go forward. He might try to sneak in some Banelings, actually.
I actually love the way IdrA's playing right now. He's playing so intelligently. This is like just amazing. Look at this. He has the Speedlings and killing that drone off. Very well done. Now he's going to find these two Roaches. And
oh, and he... All
right. He's not going to do that. But what he's done is, look at that. He's taken
so
that
smart.
third base. He realizes, okay, NesTea, you're going Roach right away. You can't just attack across map. I'm going to take another base, get my upgrades going, and tech to the same thing as you. So he is just playing brilliantly. And look at this, a little run by.
That is so smart. How many drones will he be able to kill here?
One does go down.
Oh. NesTea actually, I believe, putting some of those drones on hold position with the ones that were injured in the center. That is some pretty high-level play here. But is he actually hitting these Lings over here? Oh, there he goes, actually. Running him back in, but there are enough Lings and Roaches. They will be able to take care of that.
And, you know, this has actually been really nice harassment there. IdrA has killed off 4 drones. That cannot be underestimated. And NesTea has 45 drones to IdrA's 43. Pretty close, but, you know, he would like to have those extra 4 drones. So IdrA's doing a great job scouting. He's doing a great job with his expansion timings, with his unit timings, with his upgrades. Everything is just looking beautiful for him.
Yeah, we see some Lings here of NesTea. Looks like they want to find what his opponent is up to. And he will get actually inside the main base, but not for too long, as that Queen will take him out. I do not believe he's actually seen this third base just yet, so that is going to be somewhat of a surprise, as IdrA's actually moving out with these Roaches.
Yeah, it looks like he wants to put on a little bit of pressure here, but he is not making units behind this. This is nothing but a small pressure. This is going to force NesTea into units. NesTea has to guess, okay, are you going 2-base all in on me? I'm not really sure. And look at that, NesTea starts up 13 Roaches right now, 14. He's going pure Roach while IdrA is droning behind. This is a great move by IdrA.
Yeah, he's going to take out this destructible debris and then probably just fall back. And I mean, we saw so many of those Roaches made for NesTea. That means that he is not making drones. And with a new base out that's not being mined from all that much, and IdrA's base is actually pretty saturated already, he might do a lot, or really get ahead of his opponent. But here come the Roaches of NesTea. Does not have speed just yet, as it's only halfway complete, and IdrA's actually just already almost returning home.
IdrA's upgrades are quicker here. He's almost got 1-1. His droning is actually at better times right now than NesTea's. He actually has 63 against the 56 of NesTea, and these are all little ways to take a lead. NesTea will catch up in those drones, but IdrA got them first, so he'll have those few extra minerals. You know, both of them are up on that layer tech. IdrA, though, I think we're going to see him play defensive until we have that plus Roach speed done, and then his macro can really kick in, and he can start getting aggressive for real if he wants to.
Here's the Overseer, of course, trying to see exactly what's going on. Probably also looking for the Roach count to see how many there are. Here's the Hydra list started for NesTea, and we see one Spine Crawler going down. You know, NesTea's really, I feel like he's never been the biggest fan of creep tumors.
Yeah, you know, he's not making a whole lot of creep tumors. Looks like he really wants to keep those injects up to the maximum. And I think IdrA's harassment has already done some damage to NesTea in that way as well.
All right, so 1-1 is finished right now for IdrA, and he's actually moving into the center of the map with these roaches. Real quick, let's take a look at the roach count. 24 for NesTea, 25 for IdrA. So let's see here, is he going to force this attack?
Well, you know, he's not quite maxed out yet, so I would say no. He is getting that 2-2 burrow and the roach speed, as well as an infestation pit, whereas NesTea is actually going hydras. So this is something we see quite often in this matchup. If one player is going roaches, and oh my god, look at this, a little run by with the speedlings. NesTea losing a few drones there. A very nice harassment by IdrA.
Yeah, and he only got one, I believe, but I mean, that's a lot really when you're considering what's going on. He actually snipes the creep tumor right before leaving, and the Lings looks like IdrA did not care for them anymore and sent them to die.
Well, it looks like we know exactly how this game is going to go now, JP. We have NesTea as the Roach Hydra user, and we have IdrA as the Roach Infestor user. Now, Roach Infestor is a better long-term plan, but Roach Hydra can hit and make it very uncomfortable for the player waiting on Infestors. So it looks like NesTea is going to have to start his aggression very soon before those Infestors are out.
Yeah, the +2 weapons for IdrA will finish first. He also has 3 Infestors on the way. Both players getting very, very close to being already maxed here, 180 to 189. So we will be seeing an attack here, and IdrA is actually going to take the gold behind this.
Well, that is a pretty strong statement, but here comes NesTea's army. IdrA has to get out of here. He has to cancel that gold base. He cannot hold it right now. No way, no how. He does have 5 Infestors on the way, and those will help, but he needs to stall until then.
IdrA actually has the higher roach count here, but as we see, where is NesTea going to actually engage? He cancels the high yield, and now we see him. He's going to fight him right here in the choke. The Infestors are out.
Oh, and a nice fungal growth right there. Going to take out a decent number. And oh, another one catching some of these roaches. Those are free roaches for IdrA, but he's got to be careful because this Hydra is behind dealing a lot of damage.
Big fungal.
And we have the roaches just coming in from IdrA. Can he actually break through the front row of NesTea? NesTea rallying up a lot, making 20 roaches at home, but I don't know if it's enough. He does not have a creep highway right now, and these Hydras are being left all alone.
Big fungal here over on the right-hand side.
Oh my god, NesTea's reinforcements are not as quick as IdrA's were last game, and his Hydra force will in fact go down.
All right, so right now, 156 supply to 128 of NesTea. And I think IdrA is actually just going to seize the moment, go for a big attack here, go back and try to take that high yield. NesTea actually starting his, but here's a big engagement, 2-2 versus the 1-2 of NesTea with these Infestors right behind.
And, well, NesTea has a lot of roaches up here, but IdrA just waiting for some more fungal growth power. He has those 2-2 upgrades against 2-1 of NesTea. NesTea has to fall back. He's down by about 20 supply, and look at that. Burrow. That, of course, makes roaches heal a lot quicker, so all of the damage roaches of IdrA will not be anymore, whereas NesTea, he has Burrow as well, and he actually has all high health units, so that's fine.
Now, how many hatcheries does NesTea actually have? IdrA's been on 4 for some time, and, you know, I think he's actually behind when it comes to that, but here comes IdrA actually moving forward. He does have enough for one, nope, actually no fungals, really, as he was trying to deny this high yield, but IdrA's caught in a really bad place right now. You will have to retreat cross map.
Yeah, that was not the most useful use of those Infestors. Losing those 3 for absolutely nothing was pretty bad, but, you know, IdrA still is up in supply by about 10, and that's how many more drones he has. So the army sizes are pretty equal here.
A sick fungal here.
Huge right there, and IdrA moving way up to get maximum surface area, really getting all his roaches to attack at once. The Hydra, Spinecrawler, and Queen in the back, though, dealing a great deal of damage for NesTea, and IdrA's roaches are going to have to retreat.
Oh, and he actually burrows. I don't think an Overseer is anywhere near, but he does not have the burrow movement upgrade, so what will he do?
IdrA's actually could be in trouble here, but look at that, unburrows when the units move away, and he's going to go in and see if he can get some harassment damage done here, but that means, of course, that these roaches will be dead.
He takes out the Queen. What else will he try to kill here? Is the Overseer is right behind him, and now they will die without really doing all that much damage, but right now, if you look at the supply, NesTea's at 195, IdrA is at 145. He might still be in this game.
And look at that, IdrA trying to harass the gold base from the high ground, but does in fact move back. IdrA in a little bit of trouble here. He has a lot of minerals, but not a lot of gas. He's been buying as many Infestors as possible. NesTea, though, may have an overwhelming amount of units here.
Big fungal over here on the right-hand side, but is it going to be enough? IdrA is really outmatched when it comes to the raw units.
An absolutely beautiful fungal once again. IdrA has a huge spread of roaches, but NesTea with those extra hydras in the back looks like he may be able to actually power through here. He's got to keep on rallying more and more. He's got 21 roaches in production against the 15 of IdrA, and it looks like IdrA is going to be overpowered.
Yeah, Hydralisk are just doing so much damage. GG!
Oh my god.
We are all tied up here, 1-1 between IdrA and NesTea. You okay there?
I have the sickest nerd chills right now, JP. These two games that we have just watched, folks, are the two highest level understanding ZVZs that we have seen in StarCraft 2 so far. And I'm not just saying that because we're on stage at MLG and it's NesTea versus IdrA. It's actually the truth. That was absolutely beautiful. IdrA played that game almost perfectly until just over-engaging a little bit.
Yeah.
If you're playing the Infestor style, you have to stop that first attack and then sit back and regain energy.
All right, guys. Well, our next map has been decided. We'll tell you what it is after this quick